Listen to me. Stop scrolling. Look at me. You think you know what a football owner looks like? You think it's some faceless suit sitting in a glass tower in London or some oil baron treating a club like a balance sheet? You are wrong. In Wrexham, ownership looks like a man on his hands and knees, clawing up the ground like he's searching for gold. Because he is. But the gold isn't metal, it's dirt, it's grass, it's the very soul of the Racecourse Ground. We're talking about Ryan Reynolds, the Hollywood A-lister, the Deadpool superstar, the man who could be anywhere in the world, sipping cocktails in Malibu, walking red carpets in Cannes. But instead, he is freezing his backside off in North Wales, developing habits that border on the obsessive. We've seen owners come and go. We've seen them wave scarves for the cameras and then disappear when the results turn sour. But this is different. This is visceral. A new report has laid it all bare. Every single ritual, every weird little superstition. And let me tell you, it is not normal behavior for a billionaire owner. It is the behavior of a fanatic. It is the behavior of someone who has been bitten by the bug so hard, the venom is coursing through his veins. We are going to dissect this. We are going to rip apart the Ryan Reynolds matchday experience because it tells us everything we need to know about the DNA of this club right now. He's not just watching, he's absorbing. He's taking pieces of the club home with him. Literally, we're going to talk about the flights, the pubs, the clothes, and yes, the grass, the bloody grass. This isn't a PR stunt anymore. Lads, this is a man building a shrine. And if you don't understand why a grown man would stuff a clump of turf into his pocket before flying back to New York, then you don't understand football. You don't understand Wrexham. Buckle up. We are going deep. Let's talk logistics first, because the commitment starts before he even steps foot in the postcode. Most of us complain about the bus being late or the traffic on the A483. Ryan Reynolds. He is commuting from another continent. The report confirms it. If it's a smash and grab visit, a quick injection of adrenaline. He is flying over from his New York residence on the day of the match. Think about that, the sheer madness of it. Waking up in Manhattan, coffee in hand, looking at the skyline and thinking, right, I need to get to Flintshire. He arrives via chartered flight at Hawarden Airport. That's a mere 24-minute drive from the stadium. It's practically next door. He's not landing in London and taking a leisurely train. He is dropping in like a paratrooper behind enemy lines. Boom, Hawarden, get in the car, get to the ground. It's military precision, fueled by pure desire. And when he stays longer, when the fever really takes hold, he sets up base at the Carden Park Hotel in Cheshire. He's making a home away from home. This isn't a tourist visit, this is an occupation. He's embedding himself in the region, and look at who he brings with him. This is where it gets surreal. We've got Will Ferrell, we've got Hugh Jackman, Channing Tatum. Imagine being a regular at the racecourse. You've been standing on the cop for 30 years, freezing cold, pie in hand, and suddenly Wolverine is standing next to you. It's absurd, but it's beautiful. His wife, Blake Lively, is now a familiar face. She's not looking at her phone, bored out of her mind. She's kicking every ball. Even his mother, Tammy Reynolds. She travelled to Wrexham for the first time to witness that absolute war against Nottingham Forest. That FA Cup clash where the atmosphere was thick enough to chew on. The family is involved. The friends are involved. He is dragging Hollywood to North Wales by the scruff of the neck, not to show off, but to say, look at this, feel this. It's a pilgrimage. And every single time he makes that flight, he is telling the world that this little corner of Wales matters more than the bright lights of Broadway. That is dedication. That is proper. Now before the whistle blows, where do you find a typical Premier League owner? Hiding in the boardroom, sipping champagne with sponsors, insulated from the unwashed masses. Not Reynolds. This man walks into the fire, he goes to the turf. For those of you living under a rock, the turf is not just a pub anymore. It's a cathedral. It's a Wayne Jones empire. It's situated right on the corner of the ground, the heartbeat of the pre-match ritual. And Reynolds walks in there. It's packed. It's sweating. It smells of stale beer and nervous energy. And he loves it. The report says he cheerfully engages with fans and even purchases a round of drinks. Purchases a round. That's a polite way of saying he gets the beers in. Do you understand the symbolism of that? In British culture, buying a round is the ultimate sign of belonging. It says, I am one of you. He's not standing behind a velvet rope. He's at the bar. He's listening to the noise. He's absorbing the anxieties of the old boys who have seen this club nearly die a dozen times. He's not there to lecture. He's there to listen. He visits the players. Yes, he goes into the dressing room to offer words of support. But notice the caveat in the report. He's eager to emphasize he leaves all football-related decisions entirely in the manager's hands. Thank the football gods for that. We don't need an actor telling Phil Parkinson to play a false nine. We need an owner who backs the manager, pays the bills, and buys the pints. And that is exactly what he is doing. He strolls around the stadium as kickoff draws near. He greets supporters, and here is the kicker. He recognizes many of them by their first names. Now, that is not something you can fake with a PR team. You couldn't memorize 1,000 faces unless you actually care, unless you've looked them in the eye and shared the pain of a loss, or the ecstasy of a last-minute winner. He knows the people. He knows the pulse. He is becoming part of the furniture at the turf. But if you think it's all noise and lager, you are missing the most important part of his routine, the part that actually makes your chest tighten a bit. There's one essential stop on his tour of the stadium, one place he consistently makes an effort to visit, the autism-friendly quiet zone in the Macron stand. This is the DNA of the club right here. Wrexham isn't just about winning, it's about community. It's about being a focal point for everyone. And Reynolds gets that. He doesn't bypass the quiet zone. He goes in. He meets the fans who need a different environment to enjoy the game. He gives them his time. This isn't on the highlight reel of the documentary usually. This isn't the flashy stuff. This is the human stuff. It shows a level of emotional intelligence that we are simply not used to in modern football. Most owners look at a stadium and see seats to be sold. Reynolds looks at the stadium and sees people. He understands that for some of those kids in the quiet zone, meeting him is the highlight of their year, and he delivers every single time. It grounds him. You can see it before the madness of the 90 minutes. Before the screaming and the shouting, he connects with the most vulnerable part of the fan base. It reminds him why he bought the club in the first place. It wasn't it for the profit margins. It was for the power of the badge to bring people together. It's a class act, pure and simple, and it proves that while he might be a Hollywood star, his heart is in the right place. He's not just an owner. He's a custodian. He's protecting the ethos of the club while propelling it forward. And that, my friends, is a rare thing. Right, here we go. The main event. The weirdness. The obsession. The thing that proves Ryan Reynolds has gone full native. The report explicitly states that before the match commences, Reynolds has a peculiar element to his routine. He collects a small piece of the racecourse turf and brings it home with him. He is literally stealing the pitch, bit by bit. He attributes this to his family. He told the Rob Ryan Red podcast, "Blake and the girls are the engine for this. The girls always remind me, Dad, grab some of the pitch when you walk across it." Again, it's a family superstition. His daughters are demanding Welsh soil. They want the dirt. But listen to how he justifies it. This is the quote that matters. He says, "I also recognize that the Racecourse Ground is in certain senses a holy ground. So I like to bring a piece of that home every time." Holy ground. He understands. He actually understands. To us, that pitch isn't just grass. It's where legends were made. It's where tears were shed. It's where we've died 1,000 deaths and being reborn. It is sacred territory, and he treats it with that reverence. He's not just taking grass, he's taking a relic. He says, "I don't think I'm building a man cave at this point. A Wrexham man cave at this point is just my house. That stuff is going wherever I am." Wrexham is one of the prides of my life. His house in New York is slowly being filled with Welsh mud. It's fantastic. Imagine the cleaner's face. "Mr. Reynolds, why is there dirt on the mantelpiece?" "Leave it alone. That's from the penalty spot against Notts County." It's a tangible connection. When he's back in the US, thousands of miles away, he can look at that jar of dirt or that dried clump of grass and feel the electricity of the racecourse. It's a talisman. It keeps the magic alive. It's quirky, yes. It's odd, absolutely. But it is the habit of a man who has fallen hopelessly, desperately in love with a football club. Once the pockets are full of grass, he heads upstairs. He takes his place in the owner's box in the Macron stand. Now, this is a bit swankier than the terrace, I'll admit. Cushioned seating, television screens, a bar, it's a Hollywood treatment. But even here, in the luxury suite, the banter, the British humor is present. The report reveals there is a urinal in the box bearing a commemorative plaque dedicated to Rob McElhenney. A urinal, a birthday present for his co-owner. That is the level of seriousness we are dealing with here. They are taking the mickey out of each other even in the bathroom. It's that camaraderie, that bromance. The tilt is down to the squad. If the bosses are having a laugh, the pressure lifts a little, but don't let the jokes fool you. When the whistle blows, the intensity ramps up. Reynolds is known for pacing. He's known for agonizing over every kick, and he has a quirk. a superstition about his clothes. He's been spotted switching outfits during games. Can you believe this? The report says this quirk seemingly caused him to miss one of Wrexham's goals against Nottingham Forest. He went to change his shirt or his jacket because he thought it was unlucky or he needed to shift the energy and he missed the goal. That is the behavior of a lunatic fan. We've all done it. If I sit in this chair, we score. If I cross my legs, we concede. Reynolds is doing it with designer clothes in an executive box. He's trying to influence the cosmic energy of the match by changing his jumper. It's madness, and I love it. It shows he feels helpless. He knows he can't kick the ball, so he tries to control the universe with his wardrobe. He is one of us. He is absolutely one of us. The game ends. The whistle blows. The adrenaline crash is coming, but the ritual isn't over. He might pop into the dressing room to catch up with Parkinson and the squad. He respects the sanctuary of the dressing room, but he's there to share the moment. And he's always looking for mementos. He's a collector. Remember the promotion from the National League in April 2023? The report reminds us of the famous moment he gate-crashed goalkeeper Ben Foster's post-match press conference to request his jersey. He didn't ask for it privately. He barged in like a fanboy. Ben, give me the shirt. He wants the sweat. He wants the history. He wants the physical proof that it happened. He is building a museum of memories. And then the reality sets in. More frequently than not, Reynolds jets straight back to New York. The double life resumes. Unless Wrexham's unfolding story requires an extended visit, he is back on that plane. Likely celebrating with a few glasses of wine, as Phil Parkinson suggests. Parkinson said it best after the Forest game. I had a chat with him before the game and it was great to see him over here with his family. It's really special. I'm sure that on the flight back home tonight, they'll be having a few glasses of wine to celebrate. The flight back must be a strange one. Flying over the Atlantic, leaving the noise and the passion of the racecourse behind, heading back to the movie sets and the paparazzi. But in his pocket, a piece of the pitch in his bag, a sweaty shirt in his mind, the chant of the crowd. So what do we make of this? What does this weird habit tell us? It tells us that Wrexham is safe. You don't collect grass from a real estate investment. You don't build a urinal plaque for a business partner you hate. You don't fly your mother to a cold stadium in Wales if you're just trying to boost your stock portfolio. Ryan Reynolds has developed these rituals because he has surrendered to the club. The club has consumed him. The Racecourse Ground is his church, and he is a devout believer. He's not perfect. He's an actor. He's loud. He's American. Well, Canadian, but he gets it. He respects the soil. He respects the people. And as long as he keeps stuffing that grass into his pocket, as long as he keeps treating our ground like holy ground, he is welcome here. The climb continues. The habits are set. The superstition is real. And if changing his outfit 5 times a game gets us another promotion, then Ryan, lad, you keep changing those clothes. You keep stealing that grass. Because whatever you are doing, it is working. The Red Dragons are breathing fire, and the owner is just as crazy as the fans. And that is exactly how we like it. Up the town,